we want to make sure that you are really well trained. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take you through slide form, exactly what Todd just shared. And in fact, the slides that I'm going to share are going to be available to you to review. As you can see, it's very intuitive. You simply click and go. Are you all ready to see what Todd just shared one more time in a step-by-step fashion? Let's do it. Carol, why don't we start with the first slide? As Todd shared, when you log in and go to your booth, and by the way, these are booths that are just generic. You won't see any of your booths in there. Todd gave you a peek at the great booths that will be at GIC Live at Home. But what we'll do is take you through this, and only registered booth reps will actually see something called a rep dashboard. And what will happen is, if you can go to the next slide, when you click on rep dashboard, you're going to see a nice toolbar of things you can do. This is where you're going to operate all the different ways to be able to converse with your potential sales prospects. Carol, we'll go to the next slide. What will happen is when someone comes into your booth, what does that mean? It means they click and come in and actually just view it. They don't have to say chat with me or anything else. What will happen is you'll get an immediate list that someone has entered your booth. You'll even get a sound, a doorbell saying someone's there. And there's that Todd guy again. You'll see exactly that Todd has entered your booth. You'll know his company, his title, and how long he's been waiting. He's been there 4 seconds. Let's go to the next slide. Because what's important is I want you to know what the exhibitors will be seeing on the other side. So while you'll see something flash up, what will happen is the attendees will not see a rep dashboard. They'll see on your screen, chat with our team. They'll click on chat with our team. And Carol, I think the next slide will show what will happen. They'll immediately be notified. Yep, I got your message. I want to confirm we're there. Just like good customer service. Someone will be with you shortly. So as you can see, one side of the booth, the attendees say, chat with me, and they're immediately told someone will be with you. On your side, ding, and you get a list of who that is. Now you can see what you're seeing on both sides of the booth. Now, let's put ourselves into your eyes. What will you see? Next slide. What you'll see is you'll see that person, name, company, title, how long they've been waiting. That's the chat queue. You can see there, that's your chat queue. So you can see all the people waiting to buy your products. Next slide. What you want to do is when you see them, you want to obviously respond. So that nice little silhouette or that head icon that will be there, click on them. Once you click on them, you're going to get some information. Next slide. That next slide is going to tell you a lot about that person. You're going to see, did they chat with someone before that? How many times have they been to your booth? You can actually make notes right in that area. It's so fantastic. And you can then download those notes later to be able to make sure you have an archive of what your conversation was. So you can see, click the silhouette head icon, you know exactly who's going. Next slide. Now you want to say their chat history, okay? How many times have maybe someone they've spoken with within your team? So this way you're knowledgeable before you get to speak to them. All salespeople I know, I am one. You want to know more about your prospects so you can take care of them. You can see their chat history. Next slide. You can see all the people they've spoken to, and if there are any notes in there that have been captured. So make sure you share with all your colleagues. Take good notes. Next slide. So now you also want to know how many total people happen to be there waiting. It's a great part of this particular tool. You can look up in the upper right corner and see who's attending in total and how many are at this location. By clicking either one, you'll actually get a list of everyone who's there. Next slide. What will happen is you'll see the green icon. What's that mean? They're good to go. They're active. They're working. They're ready to talk with you. That means that's someone you want to talk to. Next slide. Now, there'll also be some other colors as Todd shared. Green means you're ready. That kind of orangey, yellowy color, that means they're away. And sometimes they'll be in a chat and they want to not be disturbed. So now you'll get an idea of what the different colors mean. Pretty intuitive. Green, go. Red, stop. Simple. Next slide. Of course, that green icon means let's go and chat. How do you do it? Click on it. Simple as that. What happens? Next slide. The dialog box will open up, and then you're ready to go. You can start to text chat, and I got a little surprise for you. We are actually building in video chat, so you're actually going to see two buttons down there. One that says text chat, one that says video chat. You click on the video chat, you can actually have a video chat. We're adding that to all the booths. That's compliments of GIC Live at Home. New news, we want to delight, and so we've added that. So now you begin to chat, and what happens is you then add in your information and go to the next slide. You put your information in there. You can click to translate it into 100 different languages, including both French Canadian and European Canadian. And you start doing business, video or chat. Next slide. What will happen is when you do that text chat, obviously video won't archive, but text will. You can literally place your notes into the archive. And what it also says is that person has been spoken to. So this way you know exactly that they've been removed from the chat queue and that they're now someone that has been addressed. You always want to take care of your customers, and think about what this platform does. It gives you the ability to be able to see who is active, who's been spoken to, and what they've spoken about. Next slide. What's nice is once you click on archive, you can see everyone who has come to your booth and what the discussions have been. Next slide. What you will also see is a chat history, meaning have your other colleagues spoken to this person? Have there been different chats back and forth? We're here for 3 days. It's going to be a lot of information, and think about that. You don't get that at a live event. Real-time information, all by just clicking on the chat history. Next slide. You can also go in and you can review the chats just by clicking on the silhouette and learn more about that conversation. So if you do have a follow-up, you know all about them. If you think there's information overload, there is. Next slide. When you do click on that silhouette, you basically can see all the information, any notes that have been taken. And by the way, you could actually send them an email. Just click that little email icon and you'll be able to follow up with them right away. Next slide. You can also say, you know, they were here today. They didn't quite close the deal. Let me put them on a watch list because I'm going to follow up with them tomorrow. So you put them on the watch list, and this way you have a list of who to follow up with. Next slide. The best part is that you then have a reminder, and then you can see when they're back in. If they're green, it means they're back into the event. If it's gray, it means they're logged out. So if you really want to talk to Karen Mahoney, that's who's up there right now. Watch when it goes green, because then you can begin to chat with her no matter where she is in the event. Can't do that at a live event. Next slide. Also, if someone is orange, it means that they're chatting with someone else, a colleague. Probably not a good idea to bother. Next slide. And you'll also know who that colleague is, who they're chatting with. There's that guy Todd again. He's chatting with Karen. Now you know. Next slide. The best part is you may be chatting with someone and you may want to add Todd in. You can. As Todd showed you, just simply say, add another person to this chat. Click. Next slide. When you do that, all the people that are part of your team will be pulled up. And you'll say, gee, I want to add this person. You can click them, or you can go up to the now attending and click there, because there may be a colleague. They may say, you know, I got to make a decision, but I need my VP of operations. I need my merchandising manager. He or she is here. Let's go get them. How do you get them? Go to now attending. You'll see everybody who's attending. You'll find that merchandise manager along with the buyer. And now all of a sudden, you've got a 3, 4, 5, 6-way chat going. Now, let's just say that I hooked you up with my colleague and I need to move on because my colleague will now handle it. You can simply leave. And now all of a sudden, next slide, please. You'll do a handoff. And so therefore you can go and take care of your next client if your job is to simply match people together, and you can leave and hand it off and the conversation will continue. Next slide. That handoff will happen nice and cleanly, and you'll have a nice list of who has been handed off to. So again, you've got a data point. Next slide. Now, how about some tips and tricks? Let's go look at the GIC Live at Home. This is the actual lobby. What a wonderful array of great brands that are sponsoring this lobby. Now, at any time, here's what I'm going to suggest to you. Just like at a real event, go work the room. What's working the room mean? Go up to the now attending. Find out everyone who's there. When you click on that, you'll get a whole list of everyone who's attending. Good. Let's click on that right now. Carol, let's click and move to the next slide. When you click on that, Carol will just go to the next slide. You'll get a list of everyone who's attending. You'll get their company name, their title. Click on them. Engage in a chat. And here's a pro tip. Because you're at your computer, go on up and look at LinkedIn. Learn about that person. Get some information. Then use that when you chat. If you don't know them, you'll be a very informed person to be able to talk with them. That's called working the room in virtual. Next slide. Some other tips. Take a photo shot of your booth. Let's use social media. The Twitter handle is hashtag GIC Show 20. Let's put it out there. Let's promote your booth. You may want to promote a can't miss opportunity. Do you have a show special? Get out there and promote it. Also get to know your audience. I just shared with you that pro tip. Know who's attending. Learn about them. This way, when you talk to them, you'll be an informed discussion. And also the other thing is, make it personal. We went to the same university together. I see you worked at this company many years ago, so did I. Just like real life, meaning just because it's virtual doesn't mean it doesn't have to be impersonal. Next slide. Also, as I shared, don't wait for them to come to you. Get out of your booth. Get into the lobby. Go and see who's there. Click on them and learn about them. Talk with them. They'll be as interested in you as you are. Lastly, I bet you're waiting for this important slide. Let's go to the next one. Reports. You're going to get a control panel, and it's very simple. You get a login and password that you'll set. You click on it after the event. Next slide. You'll see tracking and metrics. Click. Next slide. And at that point, you simply put in some date ranges that you want to look at. Maybe you want to look at, this day or all 3 days, second day, third day, put it in, and you'll get your files and your reports. And then you just simply download it as a CSV or an Excel. That's it. Simple as that. Intuitive, click, click, click. And with that, that is GIC Live at Home. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to open up the floor for questions. So if you want to maybe bring me up to the spotlight Carol, and actually we'll put the podium so that we're even and see if there's some folks that wanna ask me some questions. So are there some questions? If you want to raise your hand or if you want to just come on up, if you have a question, just click join podium and you'll actually be able to ask me a question. Hey, we've got one.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can. Alessandra, right?
Yes, great.
Hello, Alessandra. And thank you for joining us from Loblaws Company. Yep.
Yes, yeah, thank you for hosting this. This is great. Just two questions. So one regarding if we want to, let's say, peruse the trade show without being at our booth and let's say have some colleagues there, is that all the same link? So is it the same login space? And then to follow up on that too, for the webinars that are happening in the morning, is that also the same login space or a different way to access?
We make it simple for you. And actually, I'm going to ask my colleague Todd to come up because there'll be some things, but I can answer you right now. Once you're in the platform, there's a saying, we get you in, we get you going, and we get you doing work. So to answer the questions for everyone, the first question was, hey, if I want to leave my booth and go to different lobbies, is that a different login? No. Once you're in, you're in. If I want to go to the great GIC education, go ahead. I will tell you, though, that but when you're a booth rep and in education, you will not get the notifications from your booth. Why? We don't want to disturb you. So when you're in the education, you won't get the notifications, but there's no different login. Todd, anything to add to that?
No, that covered it.
Great. Yep. Good. Alessandra, anything else?
Sorry, yeah. Maybe my last question is, will we be able to have the link and time to explore before the actual event? And if so, when will that be?
I'm so glad you asked. We're actually going to do a practice this Friday. I believe the time is, hold on one second, to make sure. I think it is 1 o'clock on Friday. And we will have a practice where you'll have a preview link. You'll come in. You'll practice. We'll actually have the GIC staff going to your booth, practice chatting with you. You'll have a Zoom call open. And what that means is that literally you'll be playing in your booth and you'll have a question. You'll click on your tab for Zoom and you'll say, hey, how does this work? Todd will be there, a gentleman by the name of Norman, Rob, myself, the GIC team will answer it. You'll be able to use that link until 11 p.m. on Monday night. We call it a preview link. I'm going to share that one more time. We call it a preview link. Please, at 11 p.m. on Monday night, stop using it. Because guess what? If you use it the next morning, you're going to be yelling at us saying it doesn't work. We will send you a live link, 7 a.m. the next day, which means that you are ready to go live. So preview link comes out Friday. You go in, you practice, you use it, you see everything, 1 o'clock. You come on with us, ask questions, get to play with it, and then all day Monday, just like a setup day at the actual event.
Great, perfect. That answers my questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And thanks for your support. Others, come on up to the podium, even just to say hello. Okay, I have a thing here. How do I nudge someone who isn't in our space booth? Is there a view of attendees available? Yes. Okay, so let me tell you what you do. You go and you look in the upper right-hand side. There's two lines. The first line, now attending this location. Now attending this location. Click on now attending. That's everyone who's attending. Send them a nice little message saying, have you enjoyed the profits and the incredible margins of my incredible butter that is selling like hotcakes everywhere except your chain? Can I share with you that information? That's a nudge. Maybe it's a little bit more of a push, but that's me. Does that help? All right, got another one. We got it. I'm going to do a text and then I'm going to get to you. So I got Joanne Vogler. says, what does our exhibitor booth look like? Okay, so you'll actually be able to see it on Friday. We may even sneak the preview link out earlier, but you'll be able to go in and see your booth is exactly as you have worked with Rolster and Joe and Jason and Jessica. They've done a great job. I've been so impressed with that, with their attention to detail. And so,
Hey, Ed.
welcome, Daisy. How are you? Good seeing
How are
you
you,
again.
Ed? Nice
Doing
to see
great.
you too. Just a two-part question. First of all, the platform that we should be using to actually make this work properly is Chrome or something other than Explorer, correct?
Todd, I'm going to let you explain.
Yeah, Microsoft Edge, latest versions, of course, of everything. Make sure you got all the updates. Microsoft Edge, Chrome, Firefox will work. Internet Explorer is an outdated browser, so there's things that will not work with that.
Perfect. And then the second question is, once we get to our booth and we're having conversations with our customers and we want them to click on a folder or file, can we do that at the same time so that we're talking and looking at the same material? Or is it just kind of letting them know where to go and let them view on their own?
Yeah, you'd have to let them know where to go, like what screen it's behind. You have different screens in your booth. Let them know, oh, look at this screen, click on that, and you'll see this in the list. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That was it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Daisy, thank you for your great support. And we have another question. It says here, do all reps that are registered receive the link? And I believe that maybe Jessica, we're going to have to talk with her. That's really, we'll send it to one representative. So there is a link that will be sent out. But I think everyone who's registered should be able to, you're going to get the link to come in. So the preview link will probably go into the person who is registered to be in the booth. All the people that are registered as booth reps will get the preview link, but everyone will get the live link. Am I right, Todd? If you're registered as a booth rep, you'll get the preview link.
It is more up to Jessica. They're doing the registration, but yeah, I believe everybody that's registered is getting their own dedicated email with the link in it. I believe so.
And actually, we got an extra podium. Why don't we bring? I'm going to embarrass her, Jessica. Why don't you come up here?
Todd.
Jessica, our MVP, go ahead. Are we going to send just
we
some
will be
information?
sending out the link to everyone that's registered as an exhibitor.
Great.
Okay.
Perfect. You got it. By the way, I'm just going to add one thing that Todd said. Going through a VPN is really not going to work very well. So please do not go through a VPN to enter. It doesn't matter what the format is. But by the way, if you're in this platform, you'll be in the GIC Live at Home. Very, very easy. Great. Okay, what else do we have here? I got some others. Question, what time zone on Friday? Okay, Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the practice on Friday. Good. And welcome to the podium, Peter. How are you? Thanks for joining us from Diamond Estates.
Guys, thanks for doing this. This has been very informative so far. It's a pretty neat platform. I have a question. I know we can connect to other people that are in our own booth, but if someone's talking to me and we're talking about a product and I know a person in another booth with another company that might be someone that he should talk to, can I connect them to that person?
Todd, I think you're perfect to answer that. So the basic question is, hey, if I'm in one booth, but I have a colleague in another booth because they could better help out, can I actually click on a booth and a different booth and get them and connect them? Because they'd be now attending, right?
Yeah, as long as they're actually logged in. So that was that group chat function that we did where I could add another person to the chat. And then that's anybody that's logged in.
So it's anybody that's at the show, not necessarily somebody that's in my own booth. So.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That answers my question. Thanks a lot.
Great. Thanks, Peter. Good. All right.
There was another question that was popping up, a text question. I think it was, this is recorded, right?
Yeah, good question. Okay. So, yep, I saw that one. So, good question. Thanks, Todd. And who has asked that? Yes, this is being recorded. So we'll send you this recording. So unfortunately, you have to listen to me again. But all those great slides I just shared with you, you're getting them. Okay, so you'll have the slides and you'll have this recording. Let's see here, just real quick. Hold on 1 second before we go to my colleague here, Allison. Do you have oh, went down. So actually, let's get that question. There was a chat question that just came up. Can we just have that again? Okay. So Nicole Burgess from Acosta, you got to sneak peek at your booth. Todd shared with you. It says, if you would like a colleague to join a chat. Oh, can you put that right back up? I didn't get a chance. Okay. If you'd like a colleague to join a chat, do they need to be already in the booth logged into the show? Can a company email be used? Just pop it up. It can be used to add to the chat. You got me stumped there. Because if you would like,
so yeah. they do need to be registered for the show, and they do need to be logged in. You can't just invite somebody to a chat in the platform just with their email address. You would actually have to find them in the list, and you can search in that list too. You type their name in and search to find if they're logged in. But they would have to be registered for the event and logged in to find them and add them to a chat.
Hopefully I think that was Nicole from Acosta. Hopefully that answers your question. Don't be shy. Come on, we got a question here. How do we find which booths have booth specials? Normally there are balloons. Will there be a new indicator? You know what? I'm going to have to ask Jessica to come back up. I believe there's a list of show specials. Maybe not, but Jessica, if you don't mind, I think that's one for you.
Hi, Matthew. So we will have a list on our website of the show specials, and all of the people that have show specials will have those items in their booth if they've chose to upload it there.
Great question, Matthew. Thank you. All right, we got another podium sitting up here. Oh, here's another one. Challenging to get started today. Missed most of the presentations. What do you recommend if we have technical issues? Okay, so Bruce, this is a different platform. This will not be the platform we use for the event. The event has a different platform. This is more of what we call our mix and mingle tool, and I'll be able to do that. You'll see on Friday when you get the preview link. It's so easy, so stable, and really, you can go in by your iPhone. If you do have technical issues, there's a help desk. You click on the help desk, and guess what? Todd, Norman, or Rob will be there to assist you with any of your issues. So different platform. This is more of our presentation platform. But yes, if you have any problems, you just simply click on the help desk, and they'll assist you. Hope that answers your question. Aaron, how do you manage chats when there are more people seeking questions than people in the booth can answer? How do you manage chats? That's a good one for you, Todd. Nope, little bit. You got to unmute.
I was actually reading the question.
Yep.
Questions from people. So the list continues to stay there, and you've got the time. It'll have a timestamp on it of how long they've been waiting. And so that queue stays there as long as you don't archive them from the queue. That queue stays there. You can see people, but you can also have multiple chats open at the same time. At the help desk, I'll often go like 3 or 4 at a time, say, hey, how can we assist? To 3 or 4 people right off the bat, because they click on it and they go somewhere else and they're looking at something else, and then they'll see your message come up and they'll reply, and so usually you can manage 3 or 4 at a time and be fine and have some conversations going. But yeah.
Great question, and thank you, Todd. All right. If a rep had a conversation with someone, they saved it, can other reps read the archive notes, or is it only saved to that person? Todd?
The notes, if you use that note feature, that's just for you. You will see that and can download that. But the conversations, that is when I was showing that little icon that you click on that shows all the people that person has communicated with in your booth. And that is all the conversations. So the actual chat transcript is there, and you can email those to yourself, even if it was with one of the other representatives in your booth.
Will GIC 2020 be replacing GSF West for 2021 as, okay, you know what? That's not my wheelhouse. I think that we'll let the folks from GIC probably answer that later on. But again, I'll be honest, I can't answer that question right now. Good. Another one. We got an open podium. You want to just come up and say hi? Okay. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to kind of give it a countdown. Oh, here we go. Someone, Will. Thank you, Will. Will, what would you like to share? Oh, Will's trying to connect. Again, you will not see this in GIC Live at Home. This is just our kind of mix and mingle. But okay, hello. While chatting, can we share files within the chat function? While chatting, can I share files?
You can, if it's files that are in, say, a Dropbox or Google Drive or wherever, you could just grab that link and paste the link in the chat and share it that way. You cannot like directly drag and drop a file in there and send it via the chat though. No.
Okay, so you're chatting just like you would do on anything. You take the link and put that there, right, Todd? Mm-hmm. Okay. Connie, will a representative in the booth be able to access through their cell? I'm assuming you mean that can someone look at GIC Live at Home and operate it through a mobile phone? Todd?
It technically will work. You could get in and see some videos and webinars, but I would say something like this platform just doesn't translate well. I mean, it's all based on being able to see a bigger picture to really absorb everything. And again, you're going to have PDFs and webinars and videos that are all going to really be made to present better on a little bit larger screen, laptop or something.
Right. But it is totally accessible mobile.
It does technically work, yes. I personally find
it's experience
better experienced on a larger screen.
Yeah, great. Jason, here's a question for you. You chance to come up to the podium. How will the new product showcase be run? I think this is a great one. If I think Jason, you're in the audience, right? Maybe we could spotlight and have you come up and share how the new product showcase will be run. Thank you, by the way, for that question, Jason.
Hey everyone. Yes, Ali. So for the new product showcase, they will all be situated in their own hall called the new product showcase hall. So your products will be in any of those showcases, uploaded into one of those spots. So we have your product image in there, and then we also have the info sheet that you guys gave to us so that they can get more information on the product. But there will be a vote button beside each of the products, and that's how we would be collecting the votes for the top 10 judging.
Thanks, Jason.
No problem.
And by the way, everyone, I just wanted to say, Jason had a vision for what that new product showcase could look like, and he challenged our designers, and great job. When you see it, just give him a compliment, because that was really a great job, Jason, on that vision and making it come true.
Thanks, Ed.
All right. Do we have another one here that in the chat? Let's just see here. Can I randomly nudge anyone in the seminar? No. I mean, that's when you're in the seminars, that's kind of the area. I wouldn't recommend it because people are in the seminars, and I would, do that when they're in the lobbies and in the exhibit halls, just like you wouldn't want to be bothered when you're in the education room. Good. Next question. Don't be shy. We got some more time. By the way, this is recording, so you'll be able to get this. We have slides for you. Remember, we'll all join again at 1 o'clock on Friday. Question, Raisa from Weston Foods. Is there a way to make the only visible to the person who is chatting and not the whole team? Is there a way to make, Todd, I think that's probably one.
I'm not clear on the question. Make the only, I think there's a missing word maybe.
Yeah, is there a way to, oh, maybe is Raisa going to join us?
The person who is chatting and not the whole team.
Okay. So Raisa actually has joined us. So hope them, Raisa, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yep, you are. Hey, everyone.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining us and thanks for your support.
Yeah, sorry, I missed in my haste, I missed the word. I just wanted to know, is it possible to make the chat private? So if a team member goes in and they can see all the chats, I'm just worried about any potential compliance issues where people from different customer groups seeing the chat.
Nobody else can see the chat. All the chats are by default private. The only people that would be able to see a chat that you have with someone that comes in through the representative dashboard is other representatives of your booth only. Those would be the only other people that would see that. Otherwise, any other random chats that you just go to the attendee list and just start a random chat with somebody, those aren't even recorded. Let alone could anybody access those, outside of the people that were in it.
Okay, so we can't make it private from other booth reps or anything, so people within the team?
So again, within the booth, within that representative dashboard, the point of that part is specifically so that you can go back and get that information that was in those chats. So those chats are going to be recorded. Now, again, if you just go to the attendee list, like Ed was saying earlier, the now attending or this location that's located at the top, and you just start a random chat with somebody, that is not recorded. I don't even have access to go see the history of that chat.
Okay.
Great. Raisa, did that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Great, thank you. These are great questions, by the way. I mean, they're right on, and hopefully they're helping everyone. And any more? Don't be shy. Okay. Well, we're bumping up against the 2 o'clock hour in the East. I'm just going to say, a couple more minutes, 5, 4, 3. There we go. Good. Thank you, Will, for not letting us down. Go ahead. I know you tried to connect before. Will, if you'd like to text us the question, if not, you can certainly just send us a quick email. I'll just give everyone, several@ensembleiq.com, ESEVERAL, just like the word several with an E in front of it at ensembleiq.com. Certainly send it on. Also, you'll have a connection to Todd during the event, but if you missed anything now, I know Will, if you want to text us, see if we can take care of you. And again, I assure everyone this is a different platform than this is our presentation platform. We're solid for the GIC Live at Home. Good. All right, other questions? So everyone get ready, because GIC Live at Home will have a practice day, Eastern time, 1 o'clock on Friday. You'll be able to go in, preview your booth. Remember, the preview link that you get to look at your booth will expire at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Karen, I'll get to you in 1 minute, will expire on Monday evening. We'll send you a live link the next morning. That's the one you go into. And we're set. We have one more question here from Karen at Nestle. When will we receive the invite for the Friday webinar? And it's not going to really be a webinar. It's going to be a Zoom. By the way, Karen, thank you. It's a great question. It'll be a Zoom call where you'll first log into your booth, play around, log into your Zoom call, and then literally be able to go back and forth and talk with us. Little trick, just so you know, this thing is connected right now to a bridge call, and this is connected to you. Sometimes, you just want to just have your phone on for the Zoom call, and you could just ask this question. So that will be 1 o'clock, and I believe probably Thursday morning tomorrow, but not Thursday morning, probably Thursday midday, we'll send out the invite for that. I just want to get it all on everyone's calendar. only because we want to make sure that, how should we say, the build is right for you all when you get into your booth. Our company has Zoom blocked. Is there another way to communicate during practice? That's a good question. So Zoom is blocked. Yeah.
So Zoom isn't used in the event anywhere, I don't think, is it?
No, this is for Friday for the practice so that they can get that.
Oh,
okay?
sorry.
So who was that again? Because I just put that back up for me one more time. Okay, so Alessandra, here's what I'm gonna do for you. Here's my cell number. Okay, so while this is going on, I'll be on Zoom, but call me, and that's okay. If others have to get me, here's my personal cell. It's US, unfortunately, sorry, but it is US 860-830-8321. 860-830-8321. If you're blocked on Friday from Zoom, your company blocks you. Many companies are. Just call me with any questions you have. Here's another one. Will there only be one opportunity to practice on the site? Okay, so great question from Brian. Will there be one opportunity on Friday to practice on the site, or another day also? Brian from Kruger, thank you. The answer is the 1 o'clock is just for you to be able to ask questions. Once you get the link, you'll be able to practice all day, the rest of the day on Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, all day Monday. Once you get the link, you're in. Think of it like the live event, except we don't close the doors, okay? We won't kick you out when security says, sorry, it's 8 o'clock, doors are closing. You'll be able to work and go in and practice. The hour long on Friday is just simply to ask us questions. So hopefully that answers your question. Oh, thank you very, very much. Ali Khan, I think I pronounced that correctly, said great presentation. Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure because we can't thank each and every one of you. We had over 318 of you all in here, great representatives. So we want to thank you. And we have one more. Federico, I'll get to your question in 1 minute, but I think it is tomorrow. Sorry, it's blocked here for me with the question, but is that Tamara? Yes. No? I think you may be on mute. No. Okay. That's okay. Text us, write us. Okay. And if you could put that text question up one more time. Okay. If we see our booth on Friday and see something we don't like, what is our recourse? And actually, I'm going to bring Jessica up and Todd because they will be able to provide your information. Go ahead, Jessica. You want to come back up? And Todd? We have a process. This is from Catherine at Lactalis.
There comes Jessica now.
You go ahead, Todd.
I mean, I was just going to say you've got the punch list, right, Jessica? So you will get it on the list, and we monitor that, and we'll handle it. But Jessica is your go-to person.
Yeah, so just send it over to me, and I will add it to the list, which Todd updates, and he can make those changes.
Great. Good. And we have one. Are we receiving today the link to log into the platform to see our booth? That's from Federico Rana, Neil Solutions. You'll get that probably tomorrow, okay? Late in the day tomorrow, because we want to make sure we're in a build process and we're making sure it's all perfect. So late tomorrow is when you'll get that preview link. Good. All right. We're coming up a minute more till 2 o'clock, just to be respectful of everyone's time. And while I have a chance, again, thank each and every one of you. You know, you've invested your time, certainly your resources to be with us, and we appreciate that. And I also have something from our colleague Joe. It says regarding Zoom. Let's see here. He actually has an idea. A great idea, Joe. Joe shares with us. You may want to install Zoom on your smartphone, and then this way you'll be able to come in that way. Joe, that's a great suggestion. Thank you so very, very much. So if your company blocks Zoom, download it, and I believe you get 40 minutes free by doing that. So that's a great suggestion, Joe. Joe is running Retailer Connect, so any of you who have not had a chance to participate, I think he probably may have a couple last-minute slots, maybe not. the great lineup of retailers that will be participating in that. So if you want to reach them on a real great one-to-one program, talk to them, because that is really going to be a fun program. And those of you who are participating in Retailer Connect, you'll go to the room and you'll click on a link, and your meetings will open up at your scheduled time. So I know he's got a great lineup of retailers committed. So with that, I'm going to close this down. Todd, thank you. We really appreciate it. Jessica, thank you. Rolster, Joe, Jason, thank you. We've been excited about this. We want to thank everybody in the audience today. We'll see you Friday. We'll see you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. GIC Live at Home 2020. Thanks, everyone.